So welcome to part 2 of sprouting whilst you're away on holiday. So what we did yesterday in part 1, we were just soaking, literally putting the mung beans on to soak in anything that you could find. Here I am in Spain in a rental villa, so basically there's cooking pots, there's even a microwave that you can't see today but it was visible in another video. Obviously we're not using that as Living Foods vegans. So anyway, yesterday we were putting on, in this saucepan we had a sprouting bag full of buckwheat, and here we've got a sprouting bag full of mung beans. Now after an overnight soak they're ready to be rinsed off, so literally just at the sink, giving them a really good rinse. A bit noisy. Now buckwheat, when you're sprouting buckwheat, it tends to be quite gloopy. The water, runoff water is quite gloopy, so you need to make sure that you rinse it a good few times. Again, yesterday I mentioned that we could do this just in normal tap water because the sprouts are very forgiving. They will still sprout even though you're rinsing them in municipally treated water that may or may not contain chlorine. This does contain chlorine, this water. So what we're doing is just giving it a really good rinse. Several times with your buckwheat until the water runs clear. This runoff water is still a little bit gloopy, but you get the idea. One more and then I think we'll be ready. So we'll just leave that in there for a second. Move on to the mungs. You might notice that the water from the mung beans is slightly green after overnight soaking. That's normal. And you can pretty much use any category of sprout in a sprouting bag. It doesn't have to be the larger sprouts such as buckwheat or lentils or mung beans. You can also use the small sprouts such as alfalfa, broccoli, all of those little ones that come out with a small green leaf on the top. So you can use those as well. It's not confined to the larger sprouts. And one final rinse for the mungs. Now, if you're in a hotel room, you can soak them in the sink overnight in your bathroom, and then hang them up over the bath, because what we want to do now is we want somewhere where they're going to drain. We don't want to have them sitting around in a damp place. So because I'm in a rental villa, what I can do, I have a kitchen here, so just moving on around with the camera if we can, then you can pick a door handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang these over a door and let them drip into a container of some sort. So the container that you soak them in is perfectly fine for that. And the same with these guys. Again, you'll see quite a lot of water initially dripping out. There we've got the microwave, not in use of course in this holiday. And that's all you have to do. Now, as I say, if you're in a hotel room, you can just hang these over the bath. It's very, very straightforward. Alternatively, just anywhere where there's a hook. And if you don't have a hook, you can even, in a fairly dry climate like we have here in Spain, you can even just spread them out on a countertop but still within the bag, and you will just need to sort of mop down. But basically that's just an idea of how you can still consider this lifestyle whilst you're travelling, and that it really doesn't have to be difficult. So hopefully that's given you some incentive to take a sprouting bag away with you, take some produce away with you, and just get sprouting wherever you happen to be in the world.